Hello and welcome back to the Life Writing Show. I'm your host, CJ, aka Mr. Life Writing. Donovan Bunting joins me in observance of National Entrepreneurship Month. What's up, neighbor?
Good evening. How you feeling tonight, bro?
I have finally got the Don Juan on the show. From an entrepreneurship standpoint, Don, everyone in this immediate area, I know that much in the Pigtown, Baltimore area, know you have your hands in so many different things. But here's the thing about you that I notice. You're involved, you're smiling, you're always eager, you're always helping other people out. I'm like, how does this guy juggle it all? I need to hear more about what this guy is doing. So, a segment like this is going to allow me to be privy to all of it. Well, at least some of it. When did you know that you had entrepreneurship in your blood?
Well, I had a nice journey throughout, and I always saw myself as a creative, as an artist, and even that journey kind of like woke me up into the idea of it's a business. It's not just
Okay.
fun. It's not just a hobby. It's not just
Right.
art. It's a business, and when I came up with my moniker, the doubled brands, double to your mother, the definition of double, twice as many, twice as great, and I ran with it. It was a basic typographic logo, and some people call me Double D, but
Right.
it's really
Right.
doubled. And I designed that in college. I rode with it. I didn't really take it too far right after college because I did my freelance work. I did my internship. I worked in New York City. I'm
Okay.
a graphic design major and photographer.
Uh huh.
So I went to Family Circle magazine in New York City first. Right after college, that's where I did my internship, and I got my feet wet and welcome to the world of graphic design and desktop publishing, magazines. Bright Lights, big city of New York. Did it. I left it, and I realized, photography was a position that I had seasonally,
Okay.
working for a good friend of mine. I worked for a guy named James DiMartino. At the time, it was called AI Digital,
Oh.
Antique Images. And it was
Oh.
like an old time photo studio, dress up like a gangster, old West, Civil War, big
Uh
Southern
huh.
Belle dresses. And, my moniker was it's Hollywood, not Halloween, because it's a
Oh.
real production.
I like that. Yeah.
You have wardrobe. It's not hold the gun, say cheese. Now point the guns at the camera. It's more the seduction of Bonnie and Clyde, because this picture might save your marriage in 10 years with you and your lady.
Ooh.
You
Ooh.
know. And James, he he's a theater guy. He was an
Okay.
Italian South Philly theater guy. I love the guy. He's like a family member to me. And he and his wife Mary, who's a Dublin Irish lassie, they kind of
Oh.
schooled me. They taught me the
Okay.
business, the business of photography. They're the ones that said, when I was hot horse, oh, I worked in New York and I went to Monmouth University and graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts. He was the one to pull me aside and says, don't nobody care about this shit.
Mm.
What you're doing is you're talking down to them because they ain't got no degree. You ain't better than me. So that was like the beginnings of the lessons on how to have that customer interaction and talking to different people of diverse cultures, race, religion, all the
Uh huh.
above,
Uh huh.
even gender, sex, all that. Put it all in there because at the end of the day, you want to. If it's a photographer, I'm taking a portrait. I'm telling a story. I want you to feel comfortable. And in my line of work, I want to do it in like 6 shots. I don't want
Got
to
it.
take 20 shots to make you look good.
Okay.
We're posing you. This is a storytelling. It's not just, oh, you look good, so let's move this way. And you know how the models always move their body, like, oh yeah, take a picture like this. No, no, no. It's
Right. Right.
right like that. And then move your head a little bit. And now we got it. Bam, done. Get out of here. Time to go to the computer. We're gonna Photoshop you, make you look a little younger and perfect. And right in front of your eyes, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is me. And it's always an upset. It wasn't just, oh, look how dynamic Donovan the photographer was. It was, I want to sell a poster size with a frame that costs about
Right.
ABC,
Uh-huh.
and some extra copies for grandmom. And guess what? You're coming back next year. And then
Okay.
you come back and you say, hey, Mr. Don, look at all these pictures you took of me since I was a little kid. I'm graduating college. You took our prom night picture. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, I've realized the power I had and the purpose. It was kind of more than just art. It was more than just business. But
Uh-huh.
that long lasting legacy was what I was after. And my grandfather is the ultimate number one role model, James Roland Carter. This guy
Okay.
is phenomenal. He had the Garden State Fence Company. I'm from Jersey, South Jersey. I'll admit it, country boy down in the sticks. South Jersey
I love
between
South
Atlantic
Jersey.
City and Philly. You
Yes.
know, and guess what? Move with the city slickers anywhere you want. So James Roland Carter, Garden State Fence Company. He lived out in a country
Hmm.
little city with one traffic light next to nothing but Shepherd's Farms. Cauliflower on this side, cabbage on that side, all the potatoes down the end, acres and acres, the real deal.
Right, right.
And that's the first real entrepreneurial, like, right out the gate, grandpa owned a big fence company and they're
Right.
doing airports, zoos. Dude, I didn't know how much stuff he did until he passed away.
Wow. Yeah.
Read all his accomplishments at the funeral. And I'm like, the legacy. We already knew he was successful.
Right.
And he had the class. He had the gangster. He didn't cuss. You know what I mean? But he had it. Like the Roaring 20s gangster. The guys that had the class with the suits and the fedoras. He's a
Absolutely.
saxophone player. He
Yep.
was a boxer. So he's introducing me to Muhammad Ali. We're in his room. He's showing me the old fights, because he got the first big screen TV I ever seen. So obviously that was like your first model of success. His name was James. AI, that was James DiMartino. So those
Uh-huh.
names, they rang with me and they definitely showed me a lot. But that kind of let me know, it's in my blood
Right.
right away. There's going to be a legacy. Because not just my legacy, I kind of kept James' legacy alive. James DiMartino at the Old Time Photo Studio. Because when he retired, he portioned it off to me and another photographer that worked with him forever. This is my ace, Joe Tolan, down there, Jersey
Really?
Joe. That's what we call him. He's
Jersey
the
Joe.
owner now. And I stepped away because I was doing too much.
Okay.
Meaning, you know, Baltimore in October, December to May in Miami, back to Jersey Shore till October. Repeat, 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 repeat for over
Wow.
20 years. But 2011, I'm working, I'm doing the thing. I have T-shirt kiosks
Uh-huh.
with some partners that I met at the Jersey Shore. Of course, they're the T-shirt kings. On the boardwalks, every
Okay.
T-shirt
Yeah.
store, custom, get your Tupac shirt, bootleg, whatever's hot this year. You don't even have to be in Miami, and you can get a Miami T-shirt. So these guys were like, man, this guy Donaven, he knows how to talk to people. We're talking every day. We're walking past each other. This guy, he was like, hey, you want to make some quick money? I got
Uh-huh.
a kiosk in a mall in Baltimore. He's like, Baltimore is a black city, man. I don't know if I can really work those people, but you know how to work everybody.
Okay.
Sales. And we're doing custom shirts. We're doing them right there at the Santa Claus,
Uh-huh.
Arundel Mills, Towson, White Marsh. We opened up I never worked that one full time or anything, but I built out the setup in Marley Station, and
Marley Station, yes.
yep, and
Out
I
in
was,
Glen Burnie.
and these guys, they were my business partners. They were like, you don't work for us. This is yours too. And then, that was like, oh, okay, let's more incentive to go get it. Right.
Right.
And Dominic, that was my Baltimore connection, because even though my grandfather James, his brother Bill, is Dominic's great grandfather and
Oh,
Dominic's
okay.
dad's grandfather.
Uh-huh.
So I've been coming to Baltimore all my life from that perspective. And Uncle Bill had a catering company out here in Maryland. He was doing big events for the mayor. And we're
Uh-huh.
talking about two light-skinned dudes, whether they was passing or not, back in the 50s and 60s,
Right, right.
70s, making
Uh-huh.
it happen. They thought they was gangsters. You know, they got the big
Oh.
houses on the hill or out in the country.
Uh-huh.
They doing what they supposed to, you know, and we was always admiring it, you know. But Dominic, when I was working the kiosk, I would stay there, and we would have a great time because I watched Dominic grow up, you know,
Right.
Thanksgivings, Christmases, coming back and forth. You know, we would come down here, call him, cuz we coming to Baltimore. We gonna take us out to party tonight. But we was having a great time because we love Baltimore. They always showed us love. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to Baltimore this winter. I'm gonna stay with Dominic. I'm gonna make
Uh-huh.
that money with the
Uh-huh.
kiosk, and then I'm gonna go to
Right.
Miami and and live a lifestyle
So
till May.
so you guys just had, I mean, entrepreneurship, that's all you guys were around though. Like you said,
Yep.
Dominic, the whole family, all the guys.
Dominic, visionary. Let me tell you, brother. Rip Canvas. That's his concept. That was his idea. He came up with the name. He sat
Really?
me out there in the backyard. It's 2011. I'm working at Towson, and he was like, "Yo, man, you're killing it, man. You did the graphic design thing in New York magazines. You're a good photographer. You come in with the t-shirts, but you making money for everybody else. We need to make that for us." And I'm like, "I know, man, but I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know how to make a business and stuff." And he was like, "I got us. Got a great
Wow.
idea. I've been
Wow.
tattooing in my basement, and we watching Ink Master every night,
Right.
getting into the culture. You know, it's becoming a thing. It's becoming global, mainstream now. Tattooing. It's not just a bunch of bikers. You know." So abracadabra, he tells me about this idea, rip canvas, just like the skin is the canvas, you know, but the tattoo machine is going to rip that skin, the ripped canvas. I
That's
remember
it.
that day vividly. And he came and he was like, "You got to bring some of that photography, that graphic design." And me, I'm thinking, yo, I'm going to take this brand
Uh-huh.
and turn it into Rip Canvas, the Artist Social Club. And that's going to be my way of turning doubled brands into an agency, whether it's just a freelance graphic design thing or photography thing, or
Uh-huh.
I had visions of a Super Bowl commercial. That's like my peak. That's my goal. If I get a
Okay.
Super Bowl commercial, whether I'm
Okay.
on the production, I'm writing it, it's gonna happen, bro. I already visioned it a long time ago.
It's gonna
Slogans,
happen.
commercials, let's go. That's
Uh-huh.
always been my thing with the marketing and the talk, So that was always been my thing. And then when he came with me, we had his dad's building over in South Pulaski and Wilkins. We gutted the place out. We built up new walls. We
Uh-huh.
turned it downstairs to like this art gallery, retail experience, event space, and then upstairs in the apartment upstairs, we had the tattoo rooms in each room and the kitchen. And we would work it, trying to get the tattoos in there. We had a whole different team. Me, I'm thinking, oh, I'm Professor X. I got the kids with the special powers. Come on, Wolverine. We're going to save the day here in Baltimore. It was a rocky road journey, but
Right, right.
Dominic, we went from, oh my God, we in South Wilkins and Pulaski. This ain't Big Town Main Street. No hipsters
Oh,
walking up and down the street like, where's the tattoo
okay.
shop? Right? So things were rough. We started throwing the after hour parties. Dominic introduced us to this girl. She was like the den mother at the club
Okay.
down on Baltimore Street. And once 3 o'clock hit, I made little business cards that said members only. Because remember, Artist Social Club, and I did the business plan. I wrote a
That's
business plan with a branding coach,
okay.
and
Okay.
killing the idea of a starving artist. That was our mission, And
The starving
we,
artist.
yeah, man. I mean, it's always inevitable unless you actually capitalize it from a business perspective.
Right.
Because you're gonna either just, oh, I want to create all these. Like Dominic tells me all the time, I'm a purist when it comes to art. You're
Right.
overthinking it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because sometimes you can't just keep analyzing, editing, and breaking down. These
Ooh.
people, they want that bite size. They want it fast. You know,
That's right.
even if it ain't perfect, sometimes that imperfection makes it look cooler.
Those of us who know you, we've seen you in action, so I can personally attest and sign off on virtually everything you just said. So, Donovan, we, bro, at some point, I know you're a busy guy. That's why I had to think you two times over before even setting aside the time to come on here. We're gonna have to do this again in some respect.
So part two.
I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm putting
Yeah, I
that
got
out
the
there.
longest introduction of all time, I
Hey,
guess.
hey, man, this I love this stuff. You know, it's kind of in fact, I posted it earlier today. You know, this is also National Life Writing Month. So to hear guys like you with those type of testaments, like saying what you've done, your experiences, those memories. So we're gonna have to do this again at some point, Donovan. But
I'm ready.
brother, hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. You are an inspiration to many around here, and I'm speaking firsthand. I've seen it in action, and I would say this too publicly. You guys like you, but you specifically, you motivate me, man. I mean, I see you doing your thing, but like I said initially, you do it so seamless though, because that's Donovan being Donovan. You don't have to work so hard at things that are naturally you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to tell you that, brother. Just want to tell
I
you.
really appreciate you too, Chris. And you're an inspiration to me too. You like definitely one of the people that I could look to for, some good mentorship, some good words here and there, and a good slick talk side joke on the side with a whisper.
Hey, that's one of those. Hey, Don, we're gonna park that right there. We're gonna. I'm gonna leave that right there. Hey, Dom. Hey, thanks again for joining me, man. For real.
Appreciate
And
it.
look, to the audience, thanks again for your continued support. Remember, this show is where inspiration and information is shared to help you write the life that you plan to live. Right? So if you want to be a part of the show, let me know. No harm, no foul. If you just want to observe, that's okay. But let me know if you want to participate. Don't forget to also like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell just to be aware of when I'm dropping something, right? And don't forget to share. Take care.